Hey guys, these are the chapter 5 questions for The Boy in the Striped Pajamas. I hope this helps you with your reading comprehension questions and just your overall understanding of the novel. Number 1, is Bruno's mom happy to leave Berlin? No, absolutely not. On page 40, she says, we should never have let the Fury come to dinner. Talk a little bit more about that, but basically she regrets what she's done. It says she had tears in her eyes, and she said, let's just hope we get to come back here someday when all this is over. So she is not happy about having to leave. Okay, question 2. Describe Bruno's father. Now, the answers are going to vary a little bit on this because Bruno's father is kind of a complex character. We've already had a sense that he's a little bit intimidating, right? And he's very serious. On page 42, it talks about his very loud voice. He kind of stomps around in his boots in the house. So he's a little bit intimidating in that way. Just some other things to notice on page 43 and 44, all the soldiers seem to really respect him, right? They always are looking to him for approval. They really seem to care about what he thinks about something. On page 45, he shakes Bruno's hand rather than giving him a hug. It says he's not really the kind of man to give somebody a hug. So this might make him seem a little bit cold or distant, but he's also kind of nice to Bruno, right? On page 46, he says that he's proud of him. He uses a gentle voice on page 47. Bruno's arguing with him, right? He's not happy, but his father is very patient, right? He doesn't yell, he doesn't overreact. He's just calm. Now, you might think that that also makes him a little bit kind of intimidating because it's like you feel like he might blow up at any minute or something like that. So even though he's not really listening to Bruno's complaints, he's nevertheless kind of understanding in his own way. Number 3, why does Bruno go into his father's study? Now, technically, he was going in to ask him about what he saw out the window, about the huts and about the fence. But this is not really the most important thing. He also is kind of sad that his father hasn't come to talk to him since they got there. He ends up talking to him more about their situation and moving back to Berlin and all that. So if you put anything like that, then I gave you the points for that. Number 4, what's really going on that Bruno's not aware of? Now, this is very important, and most of you have picked up by now that they are living next to a concentration camp. Bruno's father is a Nazi. He's a higher up in the German military, and he has been sent there to run the concentration camp. We've had to kind of figure this out a little bit because we're understanding from Bruno's perspective, and he does not know that this is happening, right? But the name of the house is Outwith, and that's what Bruno hears as from Auschwitz, which was a big concentration camp, one of the most notorious ones where lots and lots of Jews were fortunately killed. The Fury, who is Bruno's boss, is what Bruno hears from the Führer, which is a name for Adolf Hitler. Führer means leader in German, but it's come to also just mean anybody who's kind of like a dictator or a tyrant in some way. So through all these clues, we've been able to kind of figure out that they're living in a concentration camp. His father's a Nazi, and he is the one who is running this concentration camp.